Günter Nooke, thank you very much for taking some time. I'm interested, Germany, of course, is one of the world's great trading nations. Where does Africa and your sort of commercial relations, in particular with Africa, sit right now from the German point of view?
Germany has a strong export-oriented economy, and we are interested in prosperous countries in an Africa arising, using German technologies, machineries, and a country like Gabon, more compared to others, more expensive, stable, interesting for investments in infrastructure, in the mining sector. That's what also is interesting for German companies. But of course, German companies, they like to have very clear environment conditions, the accountability, the predictability of investment. That's also important, of course. Mm-hmm. And trade is not a main issue for Germans, but of course there are also big traders in our city of Hamburg, mm-hmm. the port, and we have dealt with cocoa and coffee from Africa, but of course there are also companies dealing with oil and gas, not in the extractions but or production of oil and gas, but in trading. And what Africa needs, I think, it's regional integration. The markets are too small, and 1 billion inhabitants is amazing and it's interesting, but 1 million in Gabon it's very small.
So that export engine that's been so powerful for Germany, it's based on very high technology, sort of going up the value chain. It's why even with very high wages, Germany has remained, competitive in so many areas. Are German companies finding good markets for those things in Africa?
I think it has become more and more important. To be honest, most of the German exports, we have increased the activities in the last 10, 20 years, almost all in every part of China. So it's and 1 or 2 percent of growth rates more in China. It's huge. It's huge for German companies, and the whole Africa, the continent, is maybe 3% of the GDP worldwide, and so that's why we have to be in this rising phase of Africa. And advertising among German businessmen and companies that they they have to be aware they can also come too late.
And what's the reception you get for that message?
I think we have seen a change in the perception of Africa, the diversity of Africa, the interesting countries are much more known among the businessmen in Germany, and we have also seen that the return of investment in very specific areas in Africa could be huge, and there are also SMEs already doing business in Africa very successfully, and so it's not about the big car manufacturing. Manufacturers like Mercedes
and Volkswagen's in South
Volkswagen,
Africa,
BMW, Mercedes, and Siemens, but there are also a lot of SMEs in Germany. The basis of the German Mittelstand, and we have to engage in much more interest must come from those very powerful, innovative companies. That's an interesting fact that among maybe 2,000 world leaders in the SME businesses, more than 1,000, more than 50% come from Germany. That's amazing also for those who are interested in the best technologies or in the best products.
But from what I know of the Mittelstand, they're actually certainly the better known members of the Mittelstand are very adventurous in terms of opening new markets. So I would think this would suit some of those companies.
Yeah, they are very interested, but a company with only 50 people is not able to bring someone in a Portuguese speaking country for clearing up what is possible for 1 year. So it's or to invest 10-15% of their investment per year in a country where the environment, the investments conditions are not really as clear as German would like it.
And is the government providing support on the ground in Africa for this?
We try to connect in a better way private business with development cooperation, and we try to find better ways for backing financial supports, loans for the private investments in Africa. There are some problems, because of this rating of most of the African countries. Gabon is a little bit better.
Sure.
That's an advantage of this country.
Yeah. We heard yesterday Laurent Fabius from France spoke proudly about the sort of diplomatic and commercial network France has, some of which is historical legacy, others parts of which they've worked hard to maintain. In terms of network of embassies, sort of commercial help on the ground in Africa, is Germany well provided?
I think Germany is well provided. The difference compared to France is, of course, they have soldiers on the ground, the security sector, that's quite different to Germany.
Sure.
But the diplomatic network, and if you look at the embassies Germany has established, and in Africa we almost in almost all the African countries we are present with an embassy or a small mission, and so the support by the ambassadors, by the German diplomatic network for private business is very it's maybe also compared to others one of the best we have.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.